Yeah, I was gonna say, like, for you, you're one. I mean, there's amazing female personalities in the sports world. You're one of the only women who has kind of a main role on a debate show at this point, where you're not just like kind of like you said, moving the segment along. You're there as somebody who gives their opinion every day. For you, has it been like, I do think sports fans, for the most part, can be kind of misogynistic in terms of like the sexism and shit like that, but you've done a really good job of like navigating what I would say, like for me when I was in radio, it's like you start off as an intern, then you'd maybe do weekends, and you've kind of built your way up to having your own show now. How hard is that being a female and doing sports? Like, cause you are, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but are you like one of the only females who actually...
In the opinion space, there's very few of us. I don't want to misspeak, but maybe one or two that do daily, like are on the show every day as a opinion show that's not directed towards a specific sport. Right. Which, I would love for there to be more. Right. It's never my goal to be the only one. My career has always been growing and adding to my resume and the process. So like you said, I started as a unpaid intern in Miami, and then I was like a full-time intern, and then a part-time producer, and then a full-time producer, and then you're a freelancer on the side while you're producing. Right. And you kind of always have multiple jobs in this business also. Right. But yeah, I mean, I've earned my way up and built my way up, but also, I don't know, I think it's all in how you, not all in, but partly for me, it's been learning from the people and the personalities that I worked with. Skip is very different than Colin, is very different than Shannon, is very different than Emmanuel, is very different than Shady, is different than Laz, like is different than Zaslow in Miami. Right. Everyone has different things they bring to the table, but you're going to get criticized no matter what you do. You're going to get criticized more if you're a woman, and you're going to get criticized more if you're a black woman. So for me, the misogyny and, people, even, I mean, today you can go look on my social media. There's somebody's going to say I shouldn't be there because I'm a girl, because it's Jason's or whatever. Like, those people don't sign checks.
So who gives a fuck?
They don't. Those people don't make decisions.
Right.
They don't move the needle. Because for the most part, people are watching and enjoying good content, entertaining content, educated, opinionated content that they resonate with. I'm not saying things that don't make sense. Right. If you disagree with me, it's easy to say you disagree with me because I'm a girl, but then you're going to run into somebody else that says that's a man, and now what are you going to do?
Now what are you going to do?
So it doesn't really, I've also built up a very thick skin for it.
No, I've seen you snap back at trolls before.
I say I'm in retirement now, mostly because Twitter is just not as fun as it used to be. Just it just doesn't provide the same level of entertainment for me anymore. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to, embarrass somebody or, ruin someone's day for sure. But for me, it's more about letting people know this isn't really actually affecting me. And it does. Certain people, how you approach social media for everybody in the business is an important conversation you have to have with yourself. Right. And to me, I'm like, if you wouldn't come to my face and say this to my face, which we know you would not do that.
Of course not.
You're not going to do that.
For sure.
I can't take your criticism seriously in any capacity. If I wouldn't ask for your advice, I don't care about your criticism.
Right. That's some real shit. I think everybody should have that.
It's not easy to develop that though. I mean, it's
easy
hard.
to let shit get to you too. Like, even if you don't think like consciously it's happening, subconsciously you think about that stuff in the
the subconscious part is the interesting part, because I think everybody has a different capacity to deal with feedback. The reality is we know too much about each other. We should not know this much about each other in society. And we all get too much feedback, good and bad. So 10,000 people can tell me I'm right and 10,000 people can tell me I'm wrong in one day. Neither one of them are changing my spirit. It's just not a good habit to have. It's kind of like being an athlete. Yeah. Like you can't get so down because you lost a game that you can't focus on the next game.
Right. Or miss a shot. Or if you throw an interception, you got to come back and
be a goldfish. Yeah. So that's just how I approach it. But I feel like it's important for everybody to find their own way to deal with that kind of feedback.